1-2 on Weatherholt. The right-hander Lugo brings it in and throws it high. That evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weatherholt typically sees a lot of pitches in his at-bats. He's gone from 0-2 to 2-2, and now the 2-2 pitch and ball 3. Weatherholt was 3 for 5 in the first game of the series. Next pitch to him is a chopper wide of first, gloved by Gaglione, and a nice play as he got the ball quickly to Seth Lugo. Gaglione did a good thing there. He didn't rush the play. He retreated to get the hop that he wanted and waited for Lugo to get to the base. He gave him an extra beat or two before he unloaded the throw, and that was really well thought out by the Royals first baseman. So nicely done by Gaglione, and now it's Ivan Herrera. Right-handed batter takes pitch from Lugo, a little bit outside, ball 1. Herrera hitting .257. He's homered 9 times and takes a pitch off the outside corner. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Lugo was reinstated from the 7-day concussion list just this afternoon. Next pitch is down, and Herrera now has worked to count his way to 3-0. Lugo ready, back he comes. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Just underway. Jake told you it's very overcast. But for the second straight game, the wind is not a factor. And the pitch is outside, but the Royals are going to challenge, it would appear. And the end result is ball 4. So the Cardinals get a base runner.
Well, Denny, the first pitch was presented by Simply Fuel. Find Simply Fuel protein balls at Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, and Target, or at simplyfuel.com.
So 1 on, 1 out for Alec Burleson. Burleson with 80 hits, left-handed hitter, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. 13 home runs, 54 RBIs for the Cardinals first baseman. He is a double play candidate. If Lugo can get a ground ball, instead a line shot into the right field corner. Herrera around second on his way to third. He'll stop at third on the 2-base hit by Alec Burleson. So Lugo left that pitch pretty much middle of the plate. Burleson not about to let it go by, and he hit a solid double into the right field corner. It was a spinner that did just that. It just kind of spun and stayed in the middle of the hitting zone. And now Jordan Walker, Cardinals right fielder, he's driven in 57. So you can see Burleson and Walker are the RBI guys in the Cardinal lineup, 54 and 57. Now the pitch with the infield in and a swing and a miss. And great pitch from Lugo, who got Walker to go after an off-speed pitch. And you could tell Walker was looking first pitch fastball. All 4 infielders, edge of the grass. Next pitch is just off the corner, a little bit low, and 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan Walker. Lugo from the belt, then brings it in. And a fly ball out into right field. And it appears deep enough to put the Cardinals in front. Rave makes the catch, and both runners move up. Herrera crosses the plate. Burleson goes second to third, and it's 1-0. So Jordan Walker with RBI number 58.
And that is now a major league leading 58 RBIs. He'd entered the night tied with Nick Kurtz for the most in baseball. He and Burleson have been the most productive tandem in baseball.
Now Lars Nootbaar, who's back in the lineup. 41 at-bats, Mars has 11 hits and a couple of home runs. Left-handed batter takes up to high, ball one. Newt Barr grew up in El Segundo, California. It's a fly ball into deep center. Retreating is Thomas. Make the play. That ends the inning. El Segundo, you say. Why is that familiar? George Brett also grew up in El Segundo. The end of half an inning. The Cardinals won. The Royals are coming up. Nothing Cardinals. They have given their 25-year-old right-hander Michael McGreevy a 1-0 advantage, and he will face Jensen, Thomas, and Caglione here in the Royals' first inning. McGreevy with a record of 3-5, good ERA 2.99. This is his 15th start of the season and career start number 34. Jake gave you the rundown on McGreevy. He's not going to overpower anybody. Relies on mixing pitches, good control. The Cardinals' starting pitching staff does not get many strikeouts at all, so they rely on good, solid defense. First pitch is a little bit wide of the target to Carter Jensen, who's hitting .238. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Next one to Jensen. There's a strike, and the count is 1-1. So McGreevy won't get a lot of strikeouts, and on the other hand, he won't walk that many. He's only walked 19 hitters so far in 78 innings. So the Royals will be free swinging, and the pitch just missed the outside corner to Carter Jensen. Jensen 2 for 5 last night. Couple of doubles. He scored twice. Royals had an offensive feast. Hit hard, pulled foul, and
that got Keynall in the first base coach's box.
Did. He was trying to take evasive action.
He just held up 2 fingers. That's twice that he's been hit now. Thankfully, he wasn't hit all that hard.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Jensen. And McGreevy's next one, in on the hands. He jammed him, but a little blooper in right center is going to drop in for a base hit. Carter Jensen got jammed, but strong enough to muscle it over second base and on into the outfield. And there's a case of a pitcher making exactly the pitch he wanted to make in the spot he wanted to make it. And the reward for that, runner at first, nobody out. That's why baseball is such, at times, a maddening game. So Lane Thomas, who came up in the Cardinals system, right-handed batter for the Royals, he takes a pitch from McGreevy a little bit outside.
And to your point, that's what happens when you don't have a lot of strikeouts and you also don't live through a lot of walks. You live and die with the batted ball.
And your defense. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch. Slider, strike on the inside corner. 1-1 to Lane Thomas, who now has 5 home runs, 35 hits. Thomas' batting average is .232. Jensen at first, pretty good lead, and McGreevy noticing that Jensen was far off the base. He wasn't about to let him take that big a lead and fired it over to first. Jensen has stolen 1. Next pitch. There's a ground ball to the left of the second baseman. He's got it to second for 1, to first for 2. Weatherholt. Not only is a good-looking hitter, he's been very good defensively for the Cardinals, and a Lane Thomas one-hop bullet, and he was able to field it to his left, spin, and give Wynn a very nice throw at second base and on to first. Wynn has as strong an arm as Bobby Witt. I would love to see a contest. It'll never happen for obvious reasons. Who could throw the hardest? Witt or Wynn? You pick. Strike 1 now to Caglione. Jack hitting .266. 1-0. Favor of St. Louis. There's a strike, and Caglione down in the count. Jack with 9 home runs. Batting average .266. Who do you think would win that contest between Witt and Wynn? Would Wynn win, or would Witt prevail? Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and down goes Caglione, and the gang here in the booth can think that question over as we go to break with the score after 1-0 St. Louis.
'26 All-Star voting has begun. Vote now to send your boys in blue to Philly. Fans can vote 5 times per day every day until June 25th. Cast your vote for the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot at royals.com/all-star.
1-0 Cardinals. We move to the second inning, and the votes have been counted. The contest between Wynn and Witt is over. In a moment, Jake will reveal the results. But first, one of the participants in the contest, Mason Wynn, leads off for St. Louis. Right-handed batter deep in the box, and who goes first pitch is a little bit high. All right, Jake, what do the numbers reveal?
Well, when it comes to arm strength, Mason Wynn is at the top of the list.
Strike called as Lugo nailed the outside corner right at the belt, and 1-1 on the St. Louis shortstop.
His average throw from short, 93 miles an hour this year.
He swings here, and it's a high, lazy fly ball into short center, and out goes the second baseman, Massey, to make the catch.
Bobby ranks 6th among shortstop in average arm strength at 88 miles an hour. So you'll take Mason Wynn's arm strength, but in terms of making the different throws from different spots, you're going to take Bobby Witt Jr. You'll take Mason Wynn's arm strength, Bobby Witt Jr.'s everything else.
And there, folks, the final results. It's Jimmy Crooks, the Cardinals catcher, digs in and takes strike one. Crooks, left-handed hitting catcher, just recently recalled. Next pitch is a little bit inside. And the rain begins to fall at the moment very lightly. If it's in this fashion for the rest of the game, it'll be just fine. There's a high fastball, and the count is 2 balls, 1 strike to Crooks.
There are some fans in the upper deck that are ascending to get under the overhang up there, and others in the lower bowl going back to the concourse.
Next pitch. Change-up strike. Well thrown by Seth Lugo. Cardinals, a run in the first, a walk, a double, and a sac fly. Rivera threw the walk. Walker got him home. And outside, but the big blow in that inning was the double into the right field corner by Burleson. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out, second inning. Next pitch. Fastball is lifted into center field. Thomas moving to his right to make the play, and they're 2 men out.
You noticed, Denny, that Jimmy Crooks also does not use batting gloves like Pedro Pajes last night?
Mm-hmm.
Rarely see that at all, but the Cardinals have 2 hitters that go bare knuckle.
Yeah. Yeah, it is rare, and it becomes a habit, of course. And some guys have used the batting gloves and then ultimately decided it's better to feel the bat. Blaze Jordan is the batter who takes ball 1, and now he grounds one to first. Nice hop for Kaggs, who steps on first. And the Cardinals go very quickly and quietly, 1-2-3 in the second. To the bottom of the second we go. It is 1-0, St. Louis.
We invite you to join us here at the K Tuesday, June 30th, 6:40 ball game, Royals and Rays. Be one of the first 10,000 fans here at Kauffman Stadium. You'll receive Slugger's Gym tank top. Purchase your tickets today at royals.com/promotions.
Yeah, Slugger looks great in a tank top.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Salvador Perez will lead off against McGreevy, and Shelby had a big night last night. He went 3 for 5, hit his team high tying 10th home run. And that home run was career home run number 137. That broke the record which George Brett had set years earlier. So he leads off here in inning number 2, and the first pitch from McGreevy is right in there, strike one. One to nothing St. Louis. Final game of the series will be on Sunday. No game tomorrow. Fastball off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Signal given. McGreevy ready and deals, and it's fouled away. A fastball to Perez. If you're wondering about when George Brett initially held the record, you have to go all the way back to 85 when he passed Amos Otis on that home run list. Here's a pitch blown outside. And 2 balls, 2 strikes. Salvi got things rolling last night. One of his 3 hits was a double, and the Royals followed with double after double after double. Eventually ran away from the Cardinals. Perez takes one outside, so he's making McGreevy work. McGreevy's 25 years old. From San Clemente, California. He's facing the Royals for the first time. Now the breeze has picked up and it's drifting to left, and a high fly ball toward deep left field. Back goes Nootbaar to the fence to make the catch. He was a half step away from the base of the fence. And McGreevy, who has given up 11 home runs so far, was watching anxiously as that high fly ball kept drifting toward the left field seats. And I had just mentioned the wind has picked up out of the south and is blowing toward left, but not quite enough for Salvi to claim another home run. And McGreevy was just shaking his head. That was a near miss for him and for Salvi. And now it's Michael Massey, and he takes strike 1.
Well, McGreevy knows that he just got away with one. If only Salvi had waited about 10 minutes, wind might have been a bit stronger.
Next pitch is a little bit high and outside, and you're listening to Royals baseball as we bring it to you live from the IBEW Local 124 broadcast booth. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-0 St. Louis, inning number 2. Massey takes up too high. Michael hitting .256. He's homered 7 times. Massey was 0 for 3 last night. He did draw a walk. He also scored a run. Everybody contributed offensively last night. Ground ball to second. Nice big hop as Weatherholt was moving toward first base to field that ground ball, and a little short flip over to Burleson for out number 2. Next up is Nick Lofton. Lofton, 27 hits, 1 home run. Nick hitting .245. Lofton had 2 hits last night, and both of those hits were good for 2 bases. First pitch strike from the Cardinals right-hander. Michael McGreevy ready and pitches. Breaking ball was low. McGreevy is 6'4". Cardinals are playing Nick Lofton straight up. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. And the 1-1 pitch fouled off. And 1-2 the count on the Royals' third baseman. Lofton is playing instead of Garcia. Tyler Tolbert playing shortstop for Bobby Witt. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the bases empty. Next pitch, way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McGreevy is in quest of his first win since May the 8th when he was victorious against the Padres in San Diego. So it's been a while since McGreevy has posted a victory. And a swing by Lofton, a miss, and a strikeout. Second strikeout for McGreevy, and the Royals go down 1-2-3. So at the end of 2, it's St. Louis 1, Royals nothing. Cardinals bat for the 3rd time with a 1-0 lead. They scored 1 in the first. So on to inning number 3 we go, and over to Jake.
All right, Denny, thanks very much. Seth Lugo's thrown 29 pitches through his first couple of innings, 15 of them for strikes. Faces 9, 1, and 2 in Oliver Marmol's lineup. Marmol's in his 5th season as the Cardinals manager. First, it's Nathan Church, a left-handed hitter. Recently came off the injured list. He'd been out with a left shoulder strain. Since coming back about a week ago now, he's 8 for 26. It's good for an average a little over 300. Royals infield plays him to pull. The corner infielders are pinched in. Overhead windup. Seth Lugo kicks the left leg and delivers. First pitch fastball outside. That's ball 1. Royals are in their City Connect uniforms tonight, the Forever Fountains jerseys. Overhead windup, and now the 1-0 pitch to Church. Bounced straight back into the netting, and it's 1-1. You've got the big Art Deco R on the upper left side of the white jersey with that fuchsia to blue gradient, the stripes on the tops of the sleeves and down the pants. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Then the fuchsia to blue gradient caps with a minimalist crown logo on the front panel. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Road grays for the Cardinals. Cardinals in red across the chest, the yellow bat, and the birds on the bat. The red numbers, lower left side and on the back. Nathan Church wears number 27. Number 67, Seth Lugo, winds and fires. And Church fouls it straight back. Got a piece of Carter Jensen's mitt on its way to the screen. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nathan Church. As Denny was telling you, it's good to see Seth Lugo back on the mound for the first time since his scary injury in the game against the Rangers. The pitch. Breaking ball, bounced foul, first base side. That's right between the bag and acting first base coach John Jay. Usual first base coach Stubby Clapp is being inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame this weekend. So John Jay is over in the first base coach's box, a former Royal. Another 2-2 to Church. Just outside, and now the count's full 3-2. Lugo in his last start against the Rangers took that line drive off the forehead. It caromed into shallow right. That's how hard it was hit. Payoff pitch. And it's over the low outside corner, but low. Ball 4. No challenge from Carter Jensen, who lost a challenge back in the first inning. Leadoff walk for Church. Back to the top of the lineup, and J.J. Weatherholt, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Royals down 1-0, top of the third. It was Brandon Nimmo who hit the line drive. He's known Seth Lugo for 15 years. They were part of the same Mets draft class. Quick throw to first. Church dives back safely. And Nimmo, after reaching first base, ran over to the mound to check on Seth to make sure he was okay. First pitch to Weatherholt. And that goes all the way to the backstop, past Jensen's glove. Church takes second on the pass ball. That was a sinker that looked to be in the strike zone over the low inside corner, but Jensen just whipped on it. Runner on second with nobody out. Pitch was called a strike, 0-1 on Weatherholt. Lugo delivers. A little bit high, 1-1. Thankfully, Seth got up pretty quickly after taking that line drive off the forehead and was over at first base in that area talking to Brandon Nimmo. The pitch. Flared toward shallow left center field. Collins takes off into the gap. He makes the grab. Church was well off second base. He darts back safely just ahead of the throw. Church did not get a great read. He was a little more than halfway to third base when that ball was caught. Lucky to get back. Weatherholt's out. One away in the top of the third. Royals down 1-0. Runner on second with one out for Ivan Herrera. I was talking to Seth the other day. Just checking in. He was joking that he had to console Brandon Nimmo on his way off the field. Lugo delivers. Herrera fouls it back 0-1. He was making sure that Brandon was okay after Brandon was the one who hit the line drive. Empathy to the nth degree.
Yeah, but when you've known somebody that long, you can look into their eyes and figure it out pretty quick.
0-1 pitch is in for a strike, 0-2. Yeah,
and that's what Lugo did.
And Lugo was joking with Brandon too, saying, "Hey, that was a changeup that I left hanging. Just pull it next time." The pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the shame of it was not just the line drive, not just the injury and the missed start last time around, but Seth Lugo to that point had thrown 3 scoreless innings. Ultimately, he was charged with 1 run, and inherited runner Nimmo came around to score. The pitch. Herrera chops it to the right side. Massey reaches out. It's just past his glove into right center. Church rounds third. He's in to score. An opposite field RBI single for Ivan Herrera. And the Royals trail 2-0 in the top of the third inning. And so the leadoff walk and the subsequent pass ball come back to bite Seth Lugo and the Royals. Runner on first with 1 out for Alec Burleson, who doubled back in the first inning. The Royals held him hitless yesterday. That snapped his 17-game hitting streak. The pitch. Hit on the ground toward first. Caglione picks it. Steps on first. Throws to second. Herrera's caught in a rundown. Throw back to Caglione. He tags Herrera on the chest. Hits a double play to end the inning. A hot shot down the first base line. Caglione snared it and started the double play. He wound up doing it all himself with a little assist from Tyler Tolbert, who put Herrera in the rundown. The Cardinals do get a run in the inning on the leadoff walk, pass ball, and single by Herrera. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the third is next. Cardinals 2, Royals nothing. We go to the bottom of the third inning at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals trail the Cardinals 2-0. Cardinals scored a run in the top of the first, and they just scored a run in the top of the third. The Royals have one hit against right-hander Michael McGreevy, but nothing else. McGreevy has struck out a pair and faced the minimum through his first 2 innings. John Rave leads off the bottom of the third. His second start in the big leagues this season. His first start on Wednesday in D.C. was very memorable. John Rave had a heck of a game. Left-hand hitter with an open stance against the righty McGreevy. First pitch, just a little bit high, and that's ball 1. But John Rave homered on his first swing on Wednesday. Added a triple later in the game. Also had an outfield assist in Wednesday's game. Now the 1-0 pitch. Rave pops it up, foul off to the left and out of play, and it's 1-1. Well, John Rave on Wednesday became the first Royal to have a homer, triple, and outfield assist in the same game since Bo Jackson in 1989. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-1. And lo and behold, they both wear number 16. When John debuted, he wore number 26, but then last year when the Royals acquired Adam Frazier, he reclaimed 26, and Rave switched to 16. That's when the Royals were in Miami. Rave hit a home run in his first game wearing 16. The pitch. Rave rips it to the right side. It scoots under Burleson's glove. Rolls into foul ground by the tarp. Rave scoots around first. He sprints to second. In with a slide. A double for John Rave, as it should be. He stung that just past the first base bag. Burleson could not get his glove down to the backhand quick enough. Third extra base hit for John Rave in what is his third game and only second start this season. And now he's in scoring position with nobody out for Isaac Collins. Switch hitter batting left-handed. McGreevy delivers, and Collins flares the first pitch foul out of play off to the left. It's 0-1. Royals down 2-0, bottom of the third inning. Collins has a 3-game hitting streak, 4 for his last 11. Includes a double and 4 RBIs. The pitch up and in, and Collins leans back out of the way. The count's now 1-1. Collins was a part of the Royals' doubles barrage yesterday. He had one of the 5 doubles in yesterday's second inning. One of the 8 doubles total for the Royals last night. The pitch. Check swing on a fastball. It sears the outer edge of strike 1-2. Royals put up 14 runs on 17 hits last night, both season highs. It has been a good offensive month for the Royals. The pitch. Collins fouls it back, still 1-2. Well, last night's game included, that certainly helped. But in this month of June, the Royals offense is averaging 5.5 runs per game, and they've hit .287 with runners in scoring position this month. It's 4th best in baseball this month. Runner in scoring position here for Collins. The Royals down 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Collins dribbles it left side. Wynn moves to his right, picks it up, quick fire to first. It's in time for the out. Meanwhile, Rave goes to third on the play.
Well, we invite you to win big for a great cause when you play the Royals 50-50 raffle. New this season, there's a winner announced at every single home game. Half of all proceeds benefit the Kansas City Royals Foundation and its mission. Go online right now. We're over 15,000 already. Go online, royals.com/5050. Again, Jake, it's royals.com/5050.
Tyler Tolbert steps to the plate. Runner on third with 1 out. The pitch. Tolbert breaks his bat, rolls it down the third base line. Jordan picks it up near the third base bag, throws to first for the out. Rave went back to the base. He was only a couple of steps off of it. But Jordan had to navigate the ground ball, the base runner. Didn't quite have to navigate the barrel of the bat. Tyler Tolbert broke his bat on that grounder. And the barrel wound up in the third base on deck circle. So back-to-back groundouts, one of them productive. It's up to Carter Jensen to get John Raven after his leadoff double. McGreevy delivers, and Jensen takes a fastball down the middle, strike one. Royals down 2-0, bottom of the third. Jensen singled his first time up. He got jammed, but muscled it into shallow right center. He now has an 11-game hitting streak, longest hitting streak of his career. And you heard how Alex Zumwalt was talking glowingly about Carter with Stu before tonight's game. The 0-1 pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. It was so cool to hear stories of 15-year-old Carter Jensen with the Royals scout team that Zumi used to work a little bit more closely with as a member of the Royals scouting department. And, well, he knew Carter way back when, 7 years ago. The 1-1. Jensen flares it foul, third base side out of play. It's 1-2 now. And given that Zumi's in Kansas City and Carter lives in Kansas City, they've gotten together offseason after offseason, either here at the K or at Zumi's house. So that is a lot of hours and a lot of swings and a very deep relationship between hitting coach and player. Really cool. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, how rare is it? It's rare enough that a member of a major league coaching staff lives in the city where he works. It's just the way baseball works. And also for a major league player to live in the city where he plays, and for both to be here is pretty cool.
McGreevy delivers. Jensen pops it up down the left field line. Nootbaar sprints over into foul ground by the side netting. He makes the catch on the run. An excellent running grab from Lars Nootbaar, and the Cardinals fans that have made the trip across the state, they exclaim "Noot" for Lars Nootbaar. The Royals get a leadoff double in the bottom of the third, but fail to score. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the fourth. Cardinals 2, Royals nothing.
Advertisements.
Celebrate United States servicemen and servicewomen Thursday, July 2nd at 6:40 for Armed Forces Night here at Kauffman Stadium when the Royals face the Rays. Be one of the first 10,000 fans to receive a special Armed Forces Night thermo, and stick around after the game for a special fireworks extravaganza. That's Thursday, July the 2nd. Grab tickets today at royals.com/promotions.
Seth Lugo is back on the mound for the top of the fourth inning. He prepares to face Jordan Walker, Lars Nootbaar, and Mason Wynn, the middle third of the Cardinals lineup. Royals down 2-0. Overhead windup, first pitch to Jordan Walker. There's a breaking ball outside, ball 1. Walker had a sacrifice fly his first time around. Now has a major league leading 58 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. It has been an incredible surge for Jordan Walker. There were certainly doubters over the last couple of years. At one point, Jordan Walker was even optioned a couple of years ago. The pitch. Check swing on a pitch that finds the outer edge. A strike, 2-1. And Jordan Walker has 18 home runs this year, already a career high, and more than his previous 2 seasons combined. The pitch. Out straight back, and it's 2-2. Here's a good reminder that development and with that success is not immediate. Jordan Walker is just 24 years old, turned 24 at the end of May. And there are players that arrive on the big league stage and hit the ground running, and they are certainly in the upper echelon, but for some players it takes a little longer. The pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side and through past Jack Caglione and into right field, a base hit for Walker. Cags was playing a little bit off the line, but even that was out of his reach. So leadoff single for Walker. We pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Royals Baseball Network. We're coming to you live from the IBEW Local 124 broadcast booth. Friday night baseball at Kauffman Stadium. Royals trail the Cardinals 2-0, top of the 4th. First pitch to Lars Nootbaar. Curveball drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh boy, Danny, has it been an arduous couple of years for Lars Nootbaar. Injury after injury. The 0-1 pitch stays outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He missed the tail end of last year with bilateral Haglund's deformity excision. That doesn't sound very pleasant.
It isn't and wasn't.
The 1-1 outside, 2-1.
But he said it had been bothering him for a year and a half. It was something that just kept getting worse and worse, and he had to. It's a separation, as I understand it, between the heel bone and the Achilles.
Hey.
Yikes.
The 2-1. Over the outer edge of strike, 2-2. He also missed some time earlier last year with a left costochondral sprain. Unpleasant. There's been oblique injuries and rib contusions and other lower body injuries. Quick throw to first, and Walker's picked off. Caglione put the tag down. Seth Lugo nabs the base runner. Walker's lingering at first, wondering if Oliver Marmol wants to challenge. And the Cardinals manager says, nope, come back to the dugout. Walker's out, picked off. So 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lars Nootbaar, who finally came off the injured list back on June 5th. The 2-2. Curveball ripped into center field, a base hit. Nootbaar is 1 for 2 now tonight. Back-to-back singles for the Cardinals, but only 1 base runner thanks to the pickoff. Runner on first with 1 out for Mason Wynn. Royals down 2-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Spinning a throw to first, and Nootbaar dives back safely. Both teams have a hit. There will not be a no-hitter tonight. June 19th remains Buzz's Day. Here's the pitch. Wynn bounces it back up the middle. Massey grabs it, steps on second. Throw to first in time for the out, a double play, and the inning is over. So Seth Lugo gives up a couple of singles, but nobody gets to second base. A pickoff and then a ground ball double play to end the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals 2, Royals nothing.
Nebraska Day at the K is back. Join us Saturday, July 18th. Royals and the Padres. You can take home an exclusive co-branded Royals and Nebraska tumbler with a purchase of a theme ticket. Get your theme tickets today at royals.com/Huskers.
We begin the bottom of the fourth inning at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals trail 2-0. That is a familiar score. It was on this day in 1974 that Steve Busby threw his second of his 2 no-hitters, and that was a 2-0 final, though, of course, in the Royals' favor, Denny, up in Milwaukee. Lane Thomas leads off the bottom of the fourth. Right-hander Michael McGreevy is back on the mound. He winds and fires. Up and in, ball 1. What comes to mind when you reminisce on Buzz's second no-hitter?
Where we broadcast the game from, the upper deck down the right field line as far as you could go. They were renovating the normal press area behind home plate.
1-0 pitch, whacked foul into the side netting third base side, and it's 1-1.
I had a pretty good idea what Buzz threw, but I must admit that on occasion I would guess what the pitch was when you're that far away and that high and away from the center of the action. You make do with what you got.
McGreevy delivers, and Thomas rolls it down the steps of the third base dugout, 1-2. Thing is, Denny, you can declare a lot on the radio, especially in those days when there was not necessarily corroborating evidence.
When you say it is, it is. But you know me, down to detail, I wasn't going to fudge much, if at all.
The 1-2. Fouled straight back into the netting. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
There was one great play that saved the no-hitter late. I'm going to say 7th inning, maybe the 8th. Cookie Rojas was the Royals' second baseman, and it might have been Cooper hit a sharp ground ball to the left of Rojas, and Cookie dove to his left, made a nice stop, and then the short throw to first.
McGreevy delivers. Thomas keeps this one fair. A line shot down the left field line. It rolls all the way to the fence. And Lane Thomas is into second with a leadoff double. Second straight inning with a leadoff double for the Royals. They could not score in the third. Can they score here in the fourth? And doesn't it seem with no-hitters that there's always at least one of those kinds of plays that saves a hit, saves the day?
Yeah. And the thing that distinguished one no-hitter from another was that Buzz really had great control in the game in Milwaukee, not so much on that cold, windy night in Detroit. I think he gave up maybe 5 walks or something along those lines in Detroit, but he was a tremendous pitcher.
And that was the year prior. First pitcher in big league history with a no-hitter each of his first 2 seasons. Jack Caglione fouled off the first pitch, right side. Now the 0-1. He cues it foul third base side, right past Vance Wilson, and it's 0-2.
You always wonder how much Busby would have accomplished in a long career. He was also a tremendous hitter. When pitchers hit.
The grand slam that wasn't.
Yeah, thanks to Paul Splitter, his roommate.
Here's the pitch. Caglione grounds it back up the middle. A base hit into center field. Thomas sprints to third. Wilson waves him around. He's in to score. An RBI single for Jack Caglione. And the Royals are on the board in the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-1.
And Jake, that single by Caglione that brought in a run. And every Royals single this season earns a donation from Sun Life and the Kansas City Royals Foundation for Team Smile and their mission to improve the oral health of Kansas City youth.
And that grounder went right over the left side or the right side of the mound. Second base umpire Dexter Kelly had to leap out of the way. And Weatherholt didn't have a chance to make a play up the middle. Runner on first, nobody out for Salvador Perez. The pitch. Hit on the ground down the third base line. Jordan backhands, foul ground, bounces a throw to first. It's in time for the out. It's an excellent play from Blaze Jordan over at third. He knew he had time and made sure to set and throw. Caglione gets to second on the play. Brings up Michael Massey with a runner on second and 1 out. Well, one of the other things that stood out, Stu, from your conversation with Alex Zumwalt earlier today was when you talk about Michael Massey and when he really started to turn it around, it was in St. Louis. The pitch. Letter high fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, just about a month ago. And how big has his contribution been? My goodness.
When you look at just the month of June, he's hitting over 300 this month. 3 doubles and 3 home runs. The 0-1 pitch. Up and in, 1-1. You go back to that series against the Cardinals. It's now a 30-game span, including tonight. Michael Massey's hitting .281. 5 doubles, 4 homers. He's driven in 12 over the last calendar month. He has also played an exceptional second base. That's been the case all season. He's at +8 outs above average at second base. That's best among American League second basemen. The 1-1. Massey slices it foul, third base side out of play, 1-2. You may roll your eyes, you may chuckle to yourself, but I'm putting it out there. Dark horse, sleeper, all-star candidate, Michael Massey. The 1-2. Line softly into center field, a base hit. Here comes Caglione around third. Throw to the plate, off the top of the mound. Karam's first base side. Massey takes off for second. He slides in ahead of the throw. An RBI single for Michael Massey. Jack Caglione scores. This game is tied at 2. Massey takes the extra 90 feet after Nathan Church's throw. It looked like hit the top of the pitching rubber. Or actually, no, it hit the Herboski. How poetic for a game against the Cardinals. Nathan Church hits the Herboski on the back of the mound. Alec Burleson played the bounce and delivered a throw to second, but it was not in time. And now Michael McGreevy gets a mound visit from Dusty Blake, the pitching coach.
You know, with Massey, I agree regarding all-star consideration. I mean, he was a kind of quietly a pretty key piece of that 2024 postseason team. Of course, last year, a lot of injuries, didn't get to play nearly as much and had a down year. And he's such a difference maker when he's part of the team. It's all about health, really. He can be healthy and be out there playing like he's playing right now. He's so good defensively at second. He and Bobby form such a great double play combo. And he runs well. He's a heads-up base runner. He's got some pop. He can hit to all fields. He's a guy who can do some damage for sure. He's just got to stay on the field. He's doing it so far.
And the main point, too, is that at least this year, American League second baseman is a very thin position group in terms of all-star considerations. Just food for thought. Put it in the back of your head. Mound visit over. Nick Lofton steps to the plate. Runner on second, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. The pitch. Lofton slices it first base side, foul ground. It lands just to the left of the coach's box. 0-1 on Lofton. Damon Hollins assuredly got out of the way. The Royals have tied the game in the bottom of the 4th. RBI singles from Jack Caglione and Michael Massey. And now Massey's at second as the potential go-ahead run. The 0-1 pitch. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, to your point, Stu, about the postseason a couple of years ago, Michael Massey had 7 hits in that postseason, including a very memorable extra base hit against the Yankees here. The 1-1. Lofton chops it foul, third base side, and it's 1-2. Now, Massey and Lofton, for at least the better part of the last month, had served as platoon mates, alternating starts, righties against lefties, but they've both played now over the last week or so with Michael Garcia battling his hamstring injury and now dealing with the muscle strain on the back of his left hand. Garcia is out of the lineup once again tonight. The 1-2. Lofton slices it, shallow right center field. Nathan Church lines it up. He makes the catch. Massey stays put at second base. That's the second out of the inning. Garcia has not played since Monday's game in D.C. Matt Quatrero has said that it's still something pain-wise that they can't replicate. That's somewhat good if you think about it that way, but it really only hurts when he swings and misses or fouls a ball off. He is available as an emergency tonight or potentially on defense if necessary. And the Royals are already shorthanded without Bobby Witt Jr. available tonight. First pitch to John Ray. He takes high, ball one. And Bobby Witt Jr. exited yesterday's game in the middle of the fourth inning with right knee discomfort, diagnosed today with a grade 1 MCL sprain. The 1-0 pitch. Low, 2 balls, no strikes. Q did say that was probably the best possible outcome. And thanks to the fact that the Royals have the day off tomorrow, the rare Saturday day off, there's some extra time for Bobby. 48 hours of rest, and the Royals will reevaluate on Sunday. The 2-0 pitch. Dribbled foul behind the plate, and it's 2-1. Well, this is, at least looking at the starting lineup, a bit of an unusual sight tonight. This is the first starting lineup without Bobby Witt Jr. and Michael Garcia since April 7th of 2023. The pitch, up and in, 3 balls and a strike on Ray. That is how much those two have been mainstays ever since Michael came to the big leagues in May of 2023, and of course, Bobby Witt Jr. since his big league debut in April of 2022. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung out and missed, 3-2. Now, Bobby Witt Jr. has played in 702 of the possible 724 regular season games in his career. It is weird to see him with a hoodie on in the dugout. The pitch. Sliced foul, third base side out of play, still 3-2. And likely just as odd for him to be wearing a hoodie in the dugout and watching. Right now, he is sitting right next to Paul Hoover and right next to Matt Quatrero, eating some sunflower seeds. The payoff pitch again, and it's outside, ball 4. John Ray draws the 2-out walk. More productive plate appearances from John Ray. Tonight he's both doubled and walked. And now there are runners on first and second with 2 outs for Isaac Collins. Well, the Royals have made Michael McGreevy grind in this inning. He's about to throw his 25th pitch of this inning. He had not thrown more than 15 in each of his first 3 innings tonight. He gets a mound visit from his catcher, Ivan Herrera, who now walks slowly back toward the plate. Ball game tied at 2, bottom of the 4th. The Royals have played a pair in this inning. Collins is 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop. The pitch. And it's a sinker in for a strike, and it's 0-1. McGreevy sets below the belt, looks towards second, now delivers. Collins takes low, time a changeup, and it's 1-1. Stadium lights have been on since before first pitch. It's a very overcast night. Some of the cloud covers dissipated. A little bit of the rain shower we had early in the game has also subsided. It's clear now, but still overcast. The pitch. Collins fouls it up and over the backstop netting, out of play, 1-2. The winds died back down. It had picked up, blowing out to left right around the second inning or so, but now the flags are back to hanging limp. And everybody that had taken cover under the overhang, back in their seats. Great crowd tonight at Kauffman Stadium. Lively crowd tonight at Kauffman Stadium. The pitch. Collins punches it down the left field line, tailing toward the corner. Nootbaar's over, and one hops the wall. Massey's in from second. Here comes Rave around third. Throw to the plate on bounces, not in time. Rave scores standing. Isaac Collins clears the bases. A 2-run double. The Royals have scored 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning and have taken a 4-2 lead over the Cardinals. Two more RBIs for Isaac Collins, who now has 6 in his last 4 games. Runner on second with 2 outs for Tyler Tolbert. Here's the pitch. It's a sinker over the inner edge, called strike 1.
And a 2-run double by Isaac is our Quick Trip hit of the game. Quick Trip. Download the QT app for exclusive deals and offers.
No balls and a strike on Tolbert. McGreevy delivers. And Tolbert takes inside 1-1. That was a sweeper. So in Bobby Witt Jr.'s absence and in Michael Garcia's absence, Tyler Tolbert is the starting shortstop tonight. The first start at shortstop in his major league career. The pitch. Fastball high, 1-2-1. Toley's played a ton of shortstop in his career, though, and in his life. A shortstop in college. And the shortstop position is the one that he's played more often than any other during his time in the minors. Not as if he's not comfortable. McGreevy delivers. Tolbert bounces it to third. Jordan makes a backhand short hop pick and throws to first for the out. The inning is over. But the Royals rally in the bottom of the 4th inning. They send 8 batters to the plate. Half of them score. 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error in the inning, and the Royals leave 1 on base. We go to the 5th at Kauffman Stadium. Royals 4, Cardinals 2. We go to the 5th at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals, Stu, now have the lead 4-2 over the Cardinals after a 4-run bottom of the 4th inning that featured more hits with runners in scoring position and more doubles. 2 things that the Royals have had plenty of so far in this series.
And the Royals have the 4-2 margin right now, Jake. We come to you live from the IBEW Local 124 broadcast booth. Seth Lugo gets to work with a lead now for the first time. And he'll face the bottom third of the St. Louis order. Jimmy Crooks, Blaze Jordan, Nathan Church. 4-6-0 for the Royals, 2-4-1 for the Cardinals. And Lugo ready to go back to work. Great to have him back out there tonight. 56 pitches, 32 strikes for the first 4 frames. Left-handed hitting Crooks stands in and takes a breaking ball for a strike. Crooks flight out to center his first time up. No wind at all here at the K this evening. The pitch, swing and a miss, way out in front on that curveball. And Seth gets ahead 0-2. Seth has walked 2, and he's been punished both times. Both walks have turned into runs, both St. Louis runs. No strikeouts yet. Here's the 0-2. Swing, Grounder to the right side. Played on the backhand by Massey at second. Throws to Caglione at first for the out. Once again, we remind you to win big for a great cause when you play the Royals 50-50 raffle. Again, new this season, there's a winner announced during every single home game, and half of all the proceeds go to the Kansas City Royals Foundation and its mission. And the jackpot's already above 20,000 and growing, so we invite you to play online at royals.com/5050. It's growing and going. We got a great crowd here tonight. A lot of folks tuning in this weekend. And here's Blaze Jordan, another rookie, grounding it left side. Played on the backhand by Tolbert. And a good strong throw across the diamond to Caglione to take care of Blaze Jordan. So a ground out to second and a ground out to short.
You know, I was joking with Toley today that he's wearing number 2. He's playing shortstop. He ought to try to pull off the jump throw at some point tonight. That was the play for it. But he made the smart choice to plant and throw instead of doing the flashy Chitarian throw.
Derek Jeter. So, yes, Tyler Tolbert, just as the cliche goes, staying within himself. And that's what Q said before the game about, hey, don't try to be Bobby Witt Jr., just play the game, get the outs, make the plays available to you, and he's doing that. And here's Nathan Church, number 9 hitter, slicing one down the left field line. Collins over toward the corner, and that ball's going to be a fair ball, rattling around in the corner. Church to second, not stopping there, headed for third. He's in head first with a slide and a triple down the left field line. So Nathan Church with his first triple. It comes with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
That was a tough read for Isaac Collins heading into the corner. He was very quickly approaching the sidewall. He wasn't going to get there to make the play. He also couldn't try and dive because of how close he was to the wall. But he also realized once that ball bounced that anything can happen. And it did bound away from him, caroming off the wall. That gave Church the chance to get the extra 90.
And that's his first career triple. Now the batter is J.J. Weatherholt, another young player on this Cardinal ball club, another rookie, and he looks at a strike. Nathan Church has walked, scored a run, and now he has tripled, and Weatherholt is 0 for 2 tonight so far. Here's the 0-1, and he takes it inside. Weatherholt grounded out in the first inning over to Caglione, and then he flied out to the opposite field, left fielder Collins in the third. Runner at third, 2 down, so the infield can play back. Here in the St. Louis 5th inning with the Royals up 4-2. Lugo deals, swinging a bouncer back to the mound, snared by Lugo, and a little toss to Caglione, and the 2-out triple does not harm the scoreboard from Lugo's standpoint. A 2-out comebacker came sharply to Lugo, and that one he was able to handle brilliantly. So a 2-out triple, man stranded at third, middle of the 5th, 4-2 Royals. Royals baseball is presented in part by ATX by Taiga Wake Boats and Midwest Marine Boats. A Taiga gives your family the perfect way to surf, wakeboard, tube, and spend more time together. To see ATX by Taiga Wake Boats, visit Midwest Marine Boats in Grandview, Missouri, or MWMBoats.com. Seth Lugo. Back in action tonight, has pitched 5 innings and allowed 2 runs, and his team is up 4-2 as the Royals come up here in the home 5th inning. The only Royal who didn't bat in the 4-run 4th was Carter Jensen, and he'll lead off inning number 5. He has a bloop base hit, and he's flied out to left, foul down the left field line. So 1 out of 2 tonight, leading off inning number 5 against right-hander Michael McGreevy. Back to work, first pitch on the way, and it's a called strike. McGreevy really had to work in that Royals 4th inning, 32 pitch inning in that frame. Royals trying to add on to their lead. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul back this way, and it is 0-2. It'll be Jensen, Lane Thomas, Jack Caglione if somebody gets on Salvi here in the Royals 5th inning. Cardinals 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. The Royals put up 4 in the 4th. Jensen, who's catching tonight and batting in the number 1 spot in the order. Here comes the 0-2, and he swings, slices this one out of play down the left side, and that'll be a foul ball into the seats behind the dugout suite, down beyond the Cardinal dugout. One more game in this brief homestand. This series will be Sunday. No game tomorrow because of World Cup action across the parking lot, but Sunday 1:10. Royals and Cardinals, the final game of the I-70 series this year. Hope to see you here Sunday afternoon. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses away. It's 1-2.
Stu, who you got, Ecuador or Curacao?
I'll say Ecuador.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Although we've certainly seen a lot more baseball players from Curacao in recent years. 1-2, and the pitch, and it's a breaking ball down and in. 2-2.
Yeah, if Ecuador and Curacao are playing a baseball game, I've got Curacao.
Yeah, I've got Curacao, yeah. Andrew Jones, the pioneer, who's the idol for so many young players who have come up. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a bouncer to the right side. Weatherhold has it. He'll flip to first. Carter Jensen is out number 1 here in the 5th inning. So Sunday at 1:10. Good tickets available. We have a great crowd here tonight. Royals.com for tickets. John Wathan goes into the Royals Hall of Fame Sunday. What a Royals life he has lived. He has meant so much to this franchise. 50 years in just about any capacity you can imagine, and a well-deserved honor. So get here Sunday early for that as Lane Thomas stands in, and he'll look at his strike. Lane has grounded into a double play. That was in the 1st inning. In the 4th inning, he got the rally started with a leadoff double. Came around to score the first of 4 runs in that frame. 0-1 on Lane. McGreevy deals, and a fastball misses high, and it's a ball and a strike. Lane with 5 homers, 5 doubles. 6'4" righty Weatherhold, big leg kick, the delivery, breaking ball misses down and away. Stephen Kolek due to pitch Sunday afternoon. What a year he's having. And Dustin May, who's been very good for St. Louis, will go for them. So that'll be 1:10 Sunday. And the Royals hit the road all next week. 2-1, and the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul out of play off to the right by Lane Thomas. Well, the Royals over the years have had trouble with the Cardinals when the Cardinals have come to town, even with a win last night. The Royals are 26-48 in this ballpark against St. Louis. You go to the other side of the state, the Royals have done much better in the I-70 series in the Gateway City. Here's the 2-2. And a breaking ball misses low. The Royals in St. Louis over the years, going back to interleague plays advent in 1997, the Royals are 31-33 in St. Louis, and they're exactly 500 in the current version of Busch Stadium. 3-2. Swing and a grounder pulled up the third baseline. Big hop played on the backhand by Jordan. Throws to first for the out. Jordan, the rookie third baseman, made a nice adjustment on a tough hop on the backhand. And good strong throw to first. Takes care of the former Cardinal Lane Thomas. Now it'll be Caglione. He drove in a run and scored a run in the 4-run 4th inning. Royals leaning more and more on Jack Caglione to be a big part of this lineup with all the injuries now and Caglione's emergence this season. Nobody on 2 down the pitch, and he'll take a fastball high 1-0. Ags 1 out of 2 tonight. You shade him around to the right on the infield. Now the 1-0. And that one misses outside. 2-0 the count. 1 for 5. Home run here last night to the opposite field in the 4th inning. 2-0. Hitters count now. And the pitch on the way. And he takes it low. And it's 3-0 on deck. The captain. See what Caglione gets on 3-0. From McGreevy, here it comes. And it's right down the middle. A called strike, 3-1. Nobody on, 2 down in the Royals' 5th inning. Here's the 3-1. Swing, fly ball the other way. Hit well to left. Nootbaar back. It's gone. Another opposite field home run for Jack Caglione. That's 2 nights in a row. And the Royals lead is 5-2. He's got power to all fields.
Thanks, Stu. He's got power to all planets.
He sure does. 404 to left field, 111 off his bat. On a fastball out over the plate. He sent it over the left field fence, and it's a 5-2 Royals lead. Now Salvador Perez. Here's the pitch, and he'll swing and line one to left, and it's going to be over the head of the leaping left fielder Nootbaar. It goes to the fence. Salvi around first, and he's into second with a double. A hard line drive off the bat of Salvi. That was 111. And Nootbaar had trouble picking it up, and it went over his head, right over his head like a rocket. So back-to-back hard-hit balls. One left the yard, and one stayed in the yard. Both were hit very hard.
Nootbaar did not get a good read. His first step was in, then he froze. By that time, it was too late. He didn't have a chance. And that is more loud contact from Salvador Perez.
Let's see what Massey can do. Runner at second, 2 down, a 3-run Royals lead over St. Louis. Here's the pitch. Massey a wave and a miss to the first pitch breaking ball.
It is really encouraging, Stu, to hear and see the loud contact and hard hit balls from Salvi these last couple of nights.
Salvi takes his lead off second. Massey waits, 2 down, 0-1 the count. A look at the runner. And McGreevy deals, and he misses down and away. It's a ball and a strike on Massey, who drove in his 25th run of the year with a base hit up the middle in the 4-run 4th inning. He later came around to score. And the 1-1, and it misses away. 2-1 the count on Massey. Royals trying to secure a series win, trying to win a 3rd straight game here tonight. St. Louis came in number 1 in the National League wild card race, the 2nd place team in the NL Central. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a chopper up the first base line. Played behind the bag by Burleson. He'll flip to McGreevy, the pitcher covering for the out. Inning over, but a 2-out opposite field. Loud home run off the bat of Jack Caglione has added to the Royals lead. We go to the 6th inning with the Royals up 5-2.
It's Park and Go.
Tonight's game is presented by Mark Ferguson, attorney at law. 877-221-MARK. Well, St. Louis at one point led this game 2-0. That was after 3.5 innings. Since then, Jake, the Royals have taken the momentum in this thing. They scored 4 in the 4th. They just added 1 in the 5th. And now as Seth Lugo takes the hill in the 6th inning, it's 5-2 KC.
Yeah, both runs that the Cardinals scored tonight, Stu, came as a result of Seth Lugo walks. Ivan Herrera walked in the 1st inning and scored the first Cardinal run. Nathan Church led off the 3rd inning with a walk, then went to second on a pass ball, and then he scored. Lugo has not issued a walk since the first batter he faced in the 3rd inning, though he has allowed a handful of hits since then. He faces Herrera to begin the top of the 6th inning. Herrera had that walk in the 1st inning, also an RBI single in the 3rd. Wide open stance from the right side for Ivan Herrera. Overhead windup, Seth Lugo kicks and fires. The first pitch slurve, curls back over the inner edge, called strike, and it's 0-1. Royals up 5-2, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Over the outer edge this time, a strike, and it's 0-2 on Ivan Herrera. He's having an excellent offensive season. 400 on base percentage. The pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is buoyed by 44 walks, already a career best. He has also been hit by a pitch, a major league leading 20 times. Lugo delivers. The slurve down and away. 2-2 now on Ivan Herrera. 26-year-old from Panama City. The pitch. Blowing outside, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Made his big league debut back in May of 2022. This is now his 5th season in the big leagues. He has become an everyday player for the first time. The payoff pitch. Sliced down the first base line. Twisting foul. Caglione sprints back. It's over his head and dunks onto the grass. A foul ball, still 3-2 on Herrera. An even 70 pitches now for Seth Lugo in his first start since coming off the 7-day concussion IL. Mac Quatrero did say earlier, no pitch count or limitations for Lugo tonight. Another payoff. And it's just low and inside, ball 4. That is Ivan Herrera's 45th walk of the season, his 2nd of the night. He has been on base all 3 times. A leadoff walk, and that brings up Alec Burleson. He's 1 for 2 with a double tonight. 54 RBIs this season. Here's the pitch. Burleson dribbles it up the first base line. It hits the lip of the grass and spins foul. Carter Jensen picks it up halfway down the line. 0-1. Tip of the cap to Trevor Vance and his crew for that foul ball. A good edging on that infield grass. No balls and a strike on Burleson. Those 54 RBIs, 6th most in all of baseball. 1 behind Yordan Alvarez, who's leading the American League in pretty much everything. He's got a Triple Crown bid on the go right now. Royals won't see him in the Astros again until September. Phew. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Alec Burleson. I still maintain every time that dude swings the bat, I think that there's going to be another crater on the moon. He is fearsome. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike on Alec Burleson. Royals up 5-2, top of the 6th inning. Runner on first with nobody out. Lugo delivers. Low and outside. He missed his spot with a curve, and now it's 3-1. Here's the pitch. Burleson pops it up. Third base side, foul ground by the on-deck circle. Jensen runs over, reaches out, and it's fouled just on the back side of the side netting. It winds up in the hands of a fan who is literally in the closest possible seat to the Cardinal dugout. First row all the way to the left. That's as close as a foul ball gets to being in play. Full count on Alec Burleson. Payoff pitch. Clipped into Jensen's mitt and out. He couldn't hang on to the foul tip. Still 3-2. And I still remember, Denny, you asked me once who the best catcher of all time was at catching foul tips. And, of course, in my naivete, I took the bait. I said, I don't know, Johnny Bench. You looked at me derisively, said, nobody. The payoff pitch again. Bounced straight back, still 3-2.
A lesson learned.
Oh, yeah. There's a lesson to be learned just about every night sitting next to you.
Well,
you had me hook line. You look. I was so earnest.
you were. We were working on it. Tim McCarver, Johnny Bench, Yogi Berra.
Another payoff. Hit on the ground to the right side. Massey flags it down, moving to his right, shifts his weight over to second one. Quick relay to first, not in time. Burleson beats it out. A fine play for Michael Massey just to get the lead runner. His momentum was heading toward foul ground on the first base side, and he made an excellent off-balance, accurate throw to Tyler Tolbert covering second. Runner on first with one out. Jordan Walker steps to the plate. The Royals do have John Schreiber warming up in the bullpen, but Matt Quatrero has not budged from his perch in the Royals dugout. Here's the pitch. Bounced straight back. It's 0-1. Somewhat bewilderingly, this is the first time that Seth Lugo has faced the Cardinals as a member of the Royals. Can you believe that? His third season with the Royals, but he had not pitched against the Cardinals until tonight. The 0-1. Bounced straight back 0-2.
He was with San Diego last time, Lugo was, before he faced the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, 2023. August of that year. He did deliver a quality start against a very different Cardinal lineup 3 years ago. And that was a Cardinal lineup that had Paul Goldschmidt hitting second, Nolan Arenado hit fourth, Wilson Contreras hit fifth. The 0-2. Dribbled back toward the mound. Lugo picks it up. Steps and throws to first. In time for the out. Walker's retired. Another calm play from the Gold Glover, Seth Lugo. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. That brings up Lars Nootbaar. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Runner on second, 2 outs. Royals up 5-2, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. What makes it odd is that it's not as if the Royals only played 3 games against the Cardinals as their rival. The Royals have 2 series, though the first few years until this year it was 2-game series. Lugo delivers, and that's high, 1-1. The case in 2023 when Major League Baseball moved to the balanced schedule. It was the case in 2024 and 2025, but back to a 3-game series in each ballpark this year. The pitch. Nootbaar pops it up. Shallow center field. Tolbert ranges out from left. He doesn't know where it is. Thomas is in from center. He finds it and makes the catch. A wry smile from Lane Thomas staring into the stadium lights, and the inning is over.
And the Royals and Cardinals should never play less than a 3-game series.
Amen.
2 of them.
6 strong innings from Seth Lugo. He allows just 2 runs, and he bookends it with a scoreless top of the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th is next. Royals 5, Cardinals.
returns. Not available in all states or situations.
The sixth inning is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant, Megan Bruck from Kansas City, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Megan wins $100. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park in this inning, Megan wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals.
And the Royals will attempt to do so against a new pitcher. Right-hander George Soriano comes out of the Cardinals bullpen for the bottom of the sixth. This call to the bullpen is powered by Wholesale Batteries. Any battery, anytime, delivered anywhere at wholesalebatteries.net. So Michael McGreevy goes 5 innings, allows 5 runs on 8 hits. He had delivered 3 straight quality starts entering tonight, but that streak is over. Crossbody set for Soriano, third base side of the rubber. First pitch to Nick Lofton. That's a breaking ball that stays high, and that's ball 1. This is Soriano's 32nd appearance this season. In 30 1/3 innings, he has struck out 27 and walked 10. The 1-0 pitch. Just outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Last pitch was a slider. It was basically 3 pitches. Fastball, changeup, slider. The 2-0. There's the fastball. It's outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Heater at 96 miles an hour. He has pretty massive reverse splits. His changeup has been his best pitch. He's held lefties to a 140 average. Righties, though, have hit 291. He delivers, and Lofton, a righty, takes a fastball over the inner edge, a called strike. And now it's 3-1. John Rave is on deck, and then Isaac Collins after that. Here's the pitch. A fastball over the inner third, a strike, 3-2. Well, the Royals did see Soriano twice in the series in St. Louis. Back-to-back games, in fact, and he polished off the second game of that series. Earned the save. The payoff pitch. Lofton fouls it off Herrera's mask. It rolls back toward the mound. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Soriano gave up a home run to Jack Caglione the night that he earned a save. Gave up a hit to Isaac Collins, but then got the next 2, including a double play, to end a tight loss for the Royals. They lost 4-2 after losing 5-4 the night before that. Most games have been the thorn this year. Payoff pitch again. Lofton chops it foul, third base side. Still 3-2. Well, the Royals have still played more games decided by 3 runs or fewer than any team in baseball. And you can zoom into that record in those games and really tell the story of the season. Payoff pitch again. And it's high for ball 4. Lofton draws a walk. Herrera challenges. So is it ball 4 or strike 3? ABS will tell us. Ball 4. Unsuccessful challenge. We pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Royals Baseball Network. Royals up 5-2, bottom of the 6th. Runner on first, nobody out for John Ray. Soriano delivers. Ray tries to bunt, pops it up toward third. Jordan streaks in and makes the grab. So Ray bunted, but not down. And so he fails to sacrifice himself to put Lofton at second. 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th. We're coming to you live from the IBEW Local 124 broadcast booth. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hall of Famer Denny Matthews, Steve Stewart, our producer-engineer Eric Guthrie, and I'm Jake Eisenberg. First pitch to Isaac Collins. He rips it right center field. Walker angles into the gap, flashes the glove. It's passing it all the way to the wall. Lofton around second, gets to third. Vance Wilson puts on the brakes there. Another double for Isaac Collins, his second of the game. The Royals have runners on second and third with only 1 out. A golden opportunity to pad the lead. Right now, the Royals are up by 3, 5-2. However, the Royals have the most losses in baseball this year in games decided by 3 runs or fewer. 33 losses in such games. The Royals are 21-33 in those kinds of close games. The pitch. Tolbert tries to bunt, pushes it foul first base side. It's 0-1. He was trying for the safety squeeze. Now you look at the flip side, and the reason why the Cardinals right now are 7 games above 500 is because they're 29-18 in games decided by 3 runs or fewer. Tied for the second most wins in games decided by 3 runs or fewer in baseball. So the Royals and Cardinals have both played a lot of close games, but the results have been on opposite ends of the spectrum. That's why one team is surprised and the other disappointed. Soriano delivers, and it's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tolbert showed bunt, that time pulled back. Corner infielders were crashing. Jordan from third, Burleson from first. So the Cardinals are ready to try and defend the bunt. Thing about the squeeze, though, if you get it down, it is nearly indefensible. Lofton leads from third. Soriano delivers. Tolbert squares. Gets the bunt down. Foul. First base side. Now it's 1-2. So now what? And Kyle Isbell has bunted with 2 strikes before. Successfully. He's done it a couple of times. Tyler Tolbert is not Kyle Isbell, though he is an adept bunter. Maybe not to Izzy's skill. Cardinals keep the infield in with runners on second and third and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Tolbert takes high, 2-2. You did not show bunt there. Now, he was really trying to push the ball more than catch the ball off the bat.
Exactly.
And that's what did him in. Here's the pitch. Tolbert hits it in the air, deep center field. Church races back all the way to the track. He reaches up and makes the grab a step in front of the wall. Plenty deep enough to get Lofton in from third. A sacrifice fly for Tyler Tolbert. Isaac Collins goes to third on the play. The Royals tack on a run in the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-2. So Tyler Tolbert went from trying to hit the ball about 6 feet in front of home plate to launching one over 400 feet to center field. And the result is the same. A run in, runner on third for Carter Jensen now with 2 outs. The pitch. Bounce straight back, and it's 0-1. Jensen's 1 for 3 with a single tonight. Extended his hitting streak to 11 games. Here's the pitch. Fastball just high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carter Jensen. Crossbody set for Soriano. He delivers. Jensen lines it sharply left field. Nootbaar dashes back. He makes the grab chest high. Backpedaling towards the edge of the warning track. And the inning is over. Nootbaar got a good read, even though Jensen hit it hard. And that ends the bottom of the 6th. But the Royals add a run. They cash in the leadoff walk. Tyler Tolbert delivers a sacrifice fly. The Royals get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors in the inning. 1 left on base. We head to the 7th. Royals 6, Cardinals 2.
Kansas City Royals.
For being our Sonic Slam contestant, Caden Hawkins from Holden, Missouri, receives 2 tickets to a future Royals home game and a $10 reloadable My Sonic card. And maybe, Jake, a hot dog to go with it.
Well, that was something else. We just saw a new between innings bit of entertainment courtesy of Quick Trip. An inflatable hot dog bun and an inflatable hot dog passed from the fans. The bun from basically the edge of the dugout suite third base side. The hot dog from the edge of the dugout suite first base side. And the fans had to bring the 2 inflatables together, put the dog in the bun before the clock ran out. And they did it. That was pretty awesome. John Schreiber's on the mound, top of the 7th. First pitch to Mason Wynn, spins up and away, ball 1. I did not quite hear what the prize was, courtesy of Quick Trip. There was a QR code on Crown Vision. I wasn't quick enough to scan it. Did we get hot dogs?
I don't know, but that was some serious teamwork in the crowd among many, many strangers.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I saw where the bun and the dog were, I was skeptical. They were pretty far away. And there's only so much time to get it done. I was thinking, this is the first time we've seen this. Maybe next time they'll start them a little closer, but that was impressive. It wound up kind of a little bit off to the third base side in the Crown Club seats when they finally got the 2 together.
You have to play the wind.
Yeah, I guess so. Right now the wind is coming in from right field, so it is sort of pushing the dog that way. Carter Jensen's having some pitch comm difficulties, and now he's got it all figured out. Schreiber delivers, and it's inside. 2 balls, no strikes. I just sent off a text to the game entertainment crew. Chandra Stottmuller is running the show, and I've asked her what's happening. Schreiber delivers, Wynn fouls it straight back, and she has said that everyone that scanned the QR code does get a hot dog.
All right.
Everyone. And it's a pretty big crowd tonight.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Looking forward to seeing that one again. The 2-1. Clip foul off Carter Jensen's mask, 2-2. By the way, the Royals are up 6-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Mason Wynn leads off against John Schreiber, who's come out of the bullpen. This call to the bullpen, powered by Wholesale Batteries. Any battery, anytime, delivered anywhere at wholesalebatteries.net. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Schreiber gets Wynn with a fastball up and away. 1 gone in the top of the 7th. Now, there have been more and more strikeouts for Schreiber for the better part of the last month and a half, and more swinging strikeouts at that. And so much of it is thanks to his 4-seam fastball. Now facing lefty Jimmy Crooks. The pitch stays outside, ball 1. The first pitch breaking ball. Including tonight, John Schreiber in his last 18 1/3 innings, that spans 20 appearances since the beginning of May. He delivers and catches the top of the zone with a slider. It's 1-1. So 20 appearances, 18 innings. He has 17 strikeouts and only 4 walks. He's only given up 3 earned runs in that span, all of them on solo homers. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground, back up the middle, over the mound, just to the left of the second base bag. Tyler Tolbert scoops it up, throws to first for the out. 2 gone. It's all to say that Schreiber, who did have a rough start to the season, April was not particularly kind. Since the calendar flipped to May, he has been as reliable of a reliever as the Royals have had in their bullpen. Sure, he's given up a few home runs. A couple of pitches here, a couple of pitches there. That'll happen, but Schreiber has been very good. First pitch to Blaze Jordan. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. How do you like that name, Denny? Blaze Jordan. Said his parents got the name Blaze out of a magazine.
Reminds me of my favorite all-time Cardinals player,
The 0-1, up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Don Blasingame.
Or Don Blazingame?
No, he was known as Blazer.
You like to wear sport coats a lot?
I think he had a couple. Took one on a road trip and wore the other one at home. That's when everybody had to wear a sport coat.
Jordan pops up Schreiber's next pitch. Fallon out of play, third base side. Still 1-2.
Either that or you're heavily fined, of course.
Yeah.
In those days.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go into the hotel without your sport coat on.
Or your blazer.
Don't leave the hotel without your sport coat on.
Or your blazer.
Or your blazer. Or your wallet would be lighter.
Schreiber delivers, and Jordan rolls it to the right side of the mound. Michael Massey's well positioned. He makes the play, throws to first, inning over. A 1-2-3 7th for John Schreiber. Quick and easy for Schreibs, a strikeout and a couple of groundouts. Time to stretch at Kauffman Stadium. Bottom of the 7th is next. Royals 6, Cardinals.
Aggie.com.
Royals baseball is presented in part by ATX by Taiga Wake Boats at Midwest Marine Boats. A Taiga gives your family the perfect way to surf, wakeboard, tube, and spend more time together. To see ATX by Taiga Wake Boats, visit Midwest Marine Boats in Grandview, Missouri, or MWMBoats.com.
Now to the bottom of the 7th, the Cardinals have a new pitcher on the mound. It's right-hander Matt Swanson. His call to the bullpen is powered by Wholesale Batteries. Any battery, anytime, delivered anywhere at wholesalebatteries.net. So we have gone from Schreiber for the Royals to Swanson for the Cardinals. Lane Thomas leads off with the Royals up 6-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. It has been a fun night so far at Kauffman Stadium with a terrific crowd. Full and lively. First pitch to Thomas. That's a slider in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Thomas is 1 for 3 with a double. He started the Royals' 4-run 4th inning with a double into the left field corner. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. I was talking to Lane today just about the uptick in walks, especially over the last few weeks. He is being a little bit more patient, he said, but it's not intentional. The 1-1. Thomas pops it up right behind the second base bag. It's the second baseman, J.J. Weatherholt, gives way to the shortstop, Mason Wynn, who makes a hip-high catch, and Thomas is out 1 away. And he said, in all likelihood, it has more to do with being fully healthy, having more plate appearances, having better timing, and just seeing the ball better overall. Jack Caglione bats now. Another big night for Cags. 2 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs tonight. The pitch. Hit on the ground toward first base. Burleson picks it up. Underhand shovel to Swanson covering. It's in time for the out. And there are 2 gone. Brings up Salvador Perez. A Cags homer back in the 5th inning was his second in as many days, his 10th of the season, tied for the team lead now. He has 5 home runs and 13 RBIs in the month of June. After entering this month with 5 homers and 11 RBIs for the season. That's how good this month has been. First pitch to Salvi. He takes outside, ball 1. Salvi just missed a home run back in the first inning. He had a scalding double in the 5th inning. The pitch. He breaks his bat, flares it up the middle. It hangs for a win. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. So a breeze of his 7th for Matt Swanson. The Royals go down in order. We go to the 8th at Kauffman Stadium. Royals 6, Cardinals 2. On to the 8th at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals have a 6-2 lead over the Cardinals. Daniel Lynch, the 4th, has taken the hill after John Schreiber delivered a 1-2-3 7th. That was after Seth Lugo's quality start tonight. Oliver Marmol, Denny, has countered with a pinch hitter to start the inning. Right-handed hitting Jose Fermin is ready to bat in place of lefty Nathan Church. So Fermin to the plate, Lynch to the mound, Denny to the mic.
Here we go. 8th inning. So Schreiber got the job done and now hands it to Lynch. But Carter Jensen says, not so fast, Lynch. We've got to talk. So out to the mound goes Jensen. And now they're together. You assume they are. So they're together, but we'll find out here in a moment because Fermin digs in. Right-handed batter against the lefty Lynch, and his first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Daniel Lynch took the loss, his first of the year, on Tuesday night in Washington. Ground ball deep third, and I mean deep. Off balance, long throw is perfect. What a play by Lofton.
Part of that play was made possible by Jack Caglione's stretch at first, too. He's so long that the range that he has leaning off first for various throws is really helpful.
So now the left-hander hitting Weatherholt swings at first pitch from Lynch and fouls it off. Lofton, number one, had to go a long way to get to that ground ball. He was well into foul territory and running toward the third base dugout, trying to throw back toward first base. Ground ball through the middle. Nice stop at shortstop. Tolbert to first, and Weatherholt is out.
Boy, Tolbert's having a really sharp game at short, isn't he?
Yes, he has, and the Royals are playing terrific defense behind Lynch. So quickly 2 down, and here is Herrera. That will take the heart right out of you. You being the opposing team, you hit 2 balls well toward open space, and you think, yeah, we got hits right here. You know what? They're 0 for 2, nobody on base, 2 out. That will take the heart right out of you. So now Herrera, and he takes low and outside. Ivan Herrera's been on base 3 times, 2 walks, a single, a run scored, and a run batted in. Lynch deals and throws a strike.
You know, I think, Denny, those last 2 plays also showcase the defensive depth that the Royals have. They're used to having 2 Gold Glovers on the left side, with Bobby and Michael.
There's a good breaking ball from Lynch for a strike, and it's 1-2.
You expect those guys to make those kinds of plays. And Nick Lofton and Tyler Tolbert have shown that they're capable too.
We are watching 2 very good defensive teams. There's a pitch a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned way back in the first or second inning, the Cardinals pitching staff does not get a lot of strikeouts. So balls are going to be put in play. Thus, you really need a strong defense. There's a chopping foul past third base. We count 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you have a pitching staff that doesn't get a lot of swings and misses, and you have a leaky defense, you've got an ugly, bad defensive team. And they're not going to win many games. 2-2 pitch. Just off the corner, a little bit low and inside, and a full count on Ivan Herrera. Burleson is on deck, but the bases are empty with 2 out. And a ground ball past the mound. Diving stop to the shortstop on the flip, and the throw to first is in time. Put that play on the highlight film. That was sensational. A ground ball through the middle, a diving stop by Massey, who was in no position to throw to first, but Tolbert was right next to him. So you just simply flip the ball backhand out of your glove to Tolbert. Tolbert then throws to first, out at first, out of the inning, and we'll be back from the bottom of the 8th right after this.
Tonight's game is presented by Mark Ferguson, attorney at law. 877-221-MARK.
We saw 3 crowd-pleasing defensive plays in the top of the 8th inning. And the icing on the cake was Massey's diving stop behind second and flat on his stomach, flipping the ball out of his glove on the backhand and getting it to Tolbert, the shortstop, in decent position so that Tolbert could make a strong throw to first, and that's exactly what happened. At any angle that you see that play from, you just say, wow. That's why this is the big leagues, folks. There's a foul ball off the bat of Massey, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Royals lead 6-2. They've out hit the Cardinals 6-5. A swing and a foul tip. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Swanson's next pitch is swung on and missed. So the Cardinals' right-hander is faced for, retired for. And here's Lofton. He was part of the defensive show in the top of the 8th inning. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Ground ball sharply hit, deep third, bobbled, recovered and throw, but just barely in time. Jordan, the third baseman, has made some very good plays for the Cardinals, but that little bobble may have cost him that play. He bobbled it for just a split second, then got the throw on to first.
You know, Lofton crossing first signaled safe himself. I've long wondered why players do that. Do they think they're going to influence the umpire's decision if they themselves signal safe?
It's emotional.
It's emotional?
Yeah. So 2 down, and John Rave at the plate.
Don't you think they'd be a tick faster if they just kept pumping the arms and running?
Well, I'd rather see them do that than dive head first into first base. There is a strike to Rave. John with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Tried to bunt his way on, or butt runners along. Popped up to the third baseman in his last at bat. Swinging a foul tip, and the count. It's a ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. And Swanson's next pitch is a little bit low and inside, and the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Signal given, and the next one to Rave is punched foul. This one will find the upper deck. 2-2 on John Rave. Matt Strom is up in the Royals bullpen. Next pitch. Sharply hit foul, wide of first. Still 2-2. Crowd quiet at the moment. They were dazzled by defense in the top of the inning. This pitch just barely missed. So ball 3, 3-2 on John Rave. In comes the 3-2 pitch, and another foul ball off third base. This one will land in the club level down the left field line. We've been telling you no game tomorrow. The final game of the series on Sunday afternoon. Stephen Kolek for the Royals. And Rave takes the pitch up too high for ball 4. So Rave has been on 3 times. Kolek's mound opponent on Sunday afternoon will be Dustin May. He's a right-hander. His record is 5-6. Kolek is 4-1. To Rave at first. 2 down, 8th inning. Royals lead 6-2. Started to swing, couldn't stop the swing, and that's strike one on Isaac Collins. Isaac with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's 2 out of 3. Next pitch. A smash off the pitcher. It's going to deflect to the second baseman from the seat of his pants and throws out Isaac Collins. A hot smash that deflected off the pitcher all the way out to the second baseman, Weatherholt, who was on the seat of his pants to make a throw to first base. And a very close play, and the Royals think that Collins was safe at first base. So they're going to ask the umpires to take another look. And it appears that Collins may have just barely hit the base, just a little bit ahead, but another tremendous defensive play, this time by the Cardinals second baseman Weatherholt.
He's been a very impressive all-around player, but the defense too. Plus 13 outs above average, leads all second basemen, 9 defensive runs saved, also among the tops. And this play in particular, he was moving to his right to try and get the ball on its way up the middle, then had to pump on the brakes and immediately go back the other direction to make that diving stop. It was very impressive agility.
Yeah, he's really an impressive player. And it doesn't matter to him at the plate whether the pitcher is left or right. He's a left-handed hitter. Doesn't matter. He's not fazed at all by a tough lefty.
I think it's fair to say we've both come away from this year's I-70 series thinking that J.J. Weatherholt is a not only serious National League Rookie of the Year candidate, but somebody that may very well be a thorn in the Royals side for years to come.
Yeah, he's pretty good. How good will he be? They know that's always a question. Young player. He's got good ability. Let's say he has a very good rookie year. How good is he going to be in 3 years? How much better? Will he be the same? Will he be not as good? Here's the ruling. Well, they ruled Collins out at first. So the play went from the pitcher. It looked like it deflected off his leg or foot, ankle, somewhere in the lower body, and then all the way to Weatherholt, who from the seat of his pants made the play.
I think they call that a kick save and a beauty.
It certainly was. And the 8th inning was a beautiful, wonderful display of big league defense. We go to the 9th. It is 6-2 Royals.
On advertisements.
9th inning. What a great display of infield defense we saw in the 8th inning, but now Matt Strom has been called upon to protect the 6-2 Royals advantage. And the left-hander will face Burleson, Walker, Newtbar, if anybody gets on Wynn. At least those are the scheduled hitters. So Strom ready to go to work. Burleson has a double. He's grounded into a double play, and he is rolled into a force out. So the left-handed pitcher faces the left-handed batter. And Strom's first offering is a breaking ball for a strike. Ninth inning. Cardinals had a 2-0 lead after 2.5 innings. This pitch missed the strike zone to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Strom gets the sign, and here he comes, and it's fouled away by Burleson. Cardinals head home after Sunday afternoon's game. They will take on Arizona at home on Monday. Swinging a foul ball. The Royals will hit the road and go to Tampa Bay and then Chicago to play the White Sox. Final week of June. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Burleson. And a breaking ball low and outside. So the Cardinals got 1 in the first, 1 in the third, but the Royals turned the game around with 4 in the fourth. High fly ball, deep left. Backing up, Collins now over to his right a few steps to make the play. Burleson skies to left. 1 away for Jordan Walker. For Walker in the game, first time up, sac fly, RBI. Second at bat, single. When he batted in the 6th, grounded back to the pitcher. Strom to Walker. And a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. And Walker says, I didn't think that was a strike, so Mr. Umpire, will you take another look? Jordan Walker knew whereof he spoke, which was way outside. 1-0 the count. Walker with 18 home runs. Liner off the end of the bat. It gets over the leaping Tolbert and on into left field. So Jordan Walker, a 1-out single. That will bring up Lars Nootbaar. Nootbaar is 1 out of 3. A couple of fly balls to center and a 4th inning single. One out, 9th inning. Strom trying to turn out the lights. First pitch fastball is a bit inside. And 1-0. Strom looks at first, brings it in, and throws a strike. And that evens the count. Strom has not issued a walk in a season-high 7 straight games going back to June 2. There's a pitch and a ground ball to second. They'll go to second for an out there. Back to first, safe. Nootbaar quick enough to get down the line and avoid a double play, but now there are 2 men out. So a 4-6 force out. brings up Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn tonight, 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. To Strom, trying to close things out. Pitches to the right-hander hitting shortstop, and the first pitch breaking ball misses in ball 1. So the Royals about to make it 2 in a row over the Cardinals. And Kolick and May on Sunday afternoon. 1-0 pitch. High pop foul out of play, first base side.
You know, top of the first inning, the Cardinals fans that came across the state were awfully loud. It was nice to hear at the end of the night those chants.
The chant. Everybody's standing, or most everybody. 1-1 pitch on the way. It's high. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Cardinals have just 1 hit since way back in the 4th inning. We'll check it 2. 2 hits, what with Walker's single here in the 9th. That's not many. There's a liner into left field. Toward the corner it goes. And Collins is going to have to dig it out of the corner. Runner around third, and he will score. So Newtbar scoring from first on Mason Wynn's double into the left field corner, and now it's 6-3. Mason Wynn's 27th run batted in for the year.
And now Danny Nelson Velasquez has grabbed the bat to hit for Jimmy Crooks. So a righty off the bench, and a powerful one at that.
Brian Sweeney, the pitching coach, is going to go have a chat with Strom.
And meanwhile, Alex Lang has started warming up with fervor in the Royals bullpen.
His catcher is Ferber.
Yeah, it's a nickname for Juan Gratterall.
New bullpen coach.
Yeah.
Ferber. So Velasquez coming to the plate. He's hitting in the spot occupied by Jimmy Crooks. Strom looks back at second. 6-3. The Royals still lead with 2 out in the 9th and a swing and a miss. Oh, and 1, the count to Velasquez. Excellent power. He was tempted to swing. He flinched, but took a strike, and now Strom has the advantage. No balls, 2 strikes. As we learned when Velasquez was with the Royals, make a good pitch in a good spot. Most of the time you will get an out. That's what Strom is going for right here. In comes the pitch. Grounded foul. That pitch was right in on his hands. The only thing that Velasquez could do with a swing was pull it foul. Mason Wynn at second, 2 out, 9th inning. Strom gets the sign. And pitches to Velasquez, and it is just off the outside corner. 1 pitch ago, Velasquez was flinching, ready to swing. On that pitch, Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire, was flinching and ready to flash the right fist, but he held up. 1-2. Next pitch is up too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Strom now getting in his work. He's thrown 20 pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second. In comes the pitch. And it's high and outside, and a full count. Schreiber and Lynch were terrific. Lynch with tremendous infield defensive support. Strom got the first out, but then has yielded a single. That came with 1 away and then the 2-out double. Now he's gone as far as he can with the pinch hitter Velazquez. Next delivery. Started to swing. No swing. Ball 4. And that's going to do it for Strom. Matt Quatrero, the Royals manager, will watch no more from Strom. So there will be 2 on base. Alice Lang will be asked to get the final out. So the pitching change being made here in the 9th, and we'll be right back. So Alex Lang has been asked to get the final out. Alex threw a scoreless 9th inning on Wednesday. He was bouncing back after yielding a run in each of his previous 2 appearances. But he has 4 saves this month. He's tied for 3rd most in the American League during that span. And all he needs to do is to get Blaze Jordan, the Cardinals' number 8 hitter, right-handed batter, and he pulls one foul past third base, and he hit it sharply. And the count is 0-1. Mason Wynn is the runner at second. Velazquez is the runner at first. 6-3 in favor of the Royals. 2 out, 9th inning. Lang needs 1 out. The right-hander brings it home. Check swing, foul ball. So, the count is no balls, 2 strikes. Strom had Velazquez down in the count, 0-2, ended up walking him. So again, the crowd coming alive, clapping, yelling, standing, looking for the final out. And it's in the dirt. 1 away, blocked by Jensen. And 1 ball, 2 strikes on Blaze Jordan. He has made 3 ground ball outs. Jordan has. To first, to short, and to second. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets away from Jensen, and the runners move up 90 feet. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The tying run is still at home plate. with 2 strikes on him. So a wild pitch from Lang. As exciting and pretty defensively as the 8th inning was, the 9th inning has been ugly. The 2-2 pitch. Soft ground ball foul over toward the third base dugout, and the count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two, 2 on, 2 out. Royals lead by 3. Lang's 2-2 pitch. High and inside. And again, we go from 0-2 to 3-2.
Isn't this inning a microcosm of the season?
So, 3-2 pitch. A looping liner up along the right field line is going to drop fair. 2 runs are going to score. And now the tying run is at first base on an RBI single. For Blaze Jordan's first hit, he just hit a soft looper up along the right field line. And both Wynn and Velasquez have crossed home plate. Ryan Torres is going to run at first base. He'll be running for Jordan, and he represents the tying run.
For whatever reason this year, those final 3 outs have been like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro.
There have been many, many ugly ones for sure, and now Jose Fermin, the batter, and he takes ball 1.
The closer you get to the top, the thinner the oxygen is, the harder it is to breathe.
Runner at first, tying run. Royals lead is now 6-5. In comes the pitch, and it's rolling outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Fermin. Fermin faced Lynch in the 8th inning, retired on that good play by Lofton. An extra base hit here could tie the game. Ground ball, deep short, backhand Tolbert to second. Force out, game over. They made it difficult. But the Royals hang on to win by 1. Final score 6-5. We'll be right back.